Hello friends, today we study types of materials or the introduction to materials. Now what is material? Materials are nothing but the types of material we are using in industries. Or you can see if we go to industries we can see large instruments or large machineries are available. So what are the materials that can be used for that industries or that machine or the uh, instruments or the equipment? So we have to study that which type of metal can be used for a particular instrument or a equipment. So for studying that we should know what is the what are the types of material, what is material, then what are the different properties of material. So that is why we are studying the introduction to the materials. Now we see there are different types of materials. So types of material are made broadly categorized by two types, that is a crystalline and amorphous. Now, what is crystalline materials? These are materials containing one or many crystals. So, in each crystal, atoms or ions show a long range of periodic arrangements. So, all metals are and the alloys are in crystalline form. Now we can see there are different types of example. So we can see iron, steel, copper, brass, aluminium. All these types of materials are having or they can be called as a crystalline materials. Now we see next type is the amorphous material. The term amorphous refers to materials that do not have a regular periodic arrangement of an atoms. So example is glass. So these are the two broad categories of metal, or you can say material. Now we see the another classifications. So the another classification of material are metal. So there is a ceramic, there is a polymers, there is a composites. Now we can see how the metals can be classified according to the classes. Now we can say metals. Metals can be again classified, or there are two types of metals. So it may be ferrous metal, it may be non-ferrous metal. Now ferrous metal is nothing but the metals that have a main constituent as the iron, and elements are added into that so to make an alloy, so that is called as a ferrous metals. Now what is non-ferrous metal? Non-ferrous metal are nothing but they will have the main constituent as other types of metals rather than the iron. Now you can see next type is the ceramic. Now ceramics can be different type. It may be structural ceramic, that may be refractories, it may be white wares, it may be glass, it may be electrical ceramics, it may be chemical bonded ceramics. So these are the types of ceramics. Then there will be a next type of material that are available is polymers. It may be plastics, it may be elastomers, it may be, so there are different types of polymers that were available. It may be uh, thermostat. So these are the different types of polymers. Now we see next type, then we can use a composite type of material. So it may be particular composite, it may be laminate composites, it may be fiber reinforced composites. So this type of metals can be used, or we can say that are used in industries according to their properties. So each of the metal, you can see we have seen the classification. Each of the metals will have a different properties. It may have different physical properties, it may have different mechanical properties, it may have different chemical properties. Now we can see the basic structure of the engineering material. So it can be classified as metals, plastics, ceramics, and composites. Again, from the diagram we can say again metals can be again classified according to ferrous and non-ferrous. So ferrous, in that the examples are steel, stainless steel, die steel, cast iron, etc. Now non-ferrous, there is a aluminium, copper, titanium, tungsten, and other types of material they can it call as a non-ferrous material. Now again metals can be amorphous. Now we can see next type is the plastic. So plastics or generally polymers. Okay. Now what is the polymers? They can be again classified as thermoplastic, thermosettings, or elastomers. Then next type is the ceramic and others. So it may be oxides, nitrides, carbides. Then there will be different types of glasses, glass, ceramics, graphite, diamond, etc. Then there is a composite, so it may be reinforced plastic, metal matrix, ceramic matrix, laminate, and others. So these are the different types of metal that are used in industries. So we have to study that type of uh, metals or the materials, and we have to study the properties, and according to that properties we have to use that metal in the industries for designing the various equipment. So that is the use of our study of metal. Now we see different properties of materials. Now you can see different important properties of material. Now we see, so these are the different properties. So it may have a mechanical properties, it may have electrical properties, dielectrical properties, magnetic properties, optical properties, corrosion properties, and biological properties. So all these properties we have to study while studying while studying while studying the materials. Now in this case, in this subject we will be concerned with these types of property, mechanical property of the metals. So we have to study the mechanical properties, and according to the mechanical properties we have to use that materials in producing the equipment or designing the equipment. So that is the objective of our subject. Now we see different properties, mechanical properties are, that is a, so these properties, it may be familiar with you also. So there will be mechanical properties are elasticity, stiffness, then ductility, then strength, hardness, brittleness, toughness, fatigue, and creep. So these are the basic uh, properties of material. Okay, so it may be called as a mechanical properties. So we have to perform a various tests on the metal, and we have to carry out the practicals, or we can say carry out the experimentation work to find out all these properties. So the first property is elasticity, then ductility, then strength, then hardness, then brittleness, toughness, and fatigue, or and the creep. So for finding out these properties, we should know what are these properties. So what are the definition of these properties? Now we see what is elasticity. As the name itself says, the elasticity is nothing but the elasticity is nothing but. So what is the elasticity? When we apply a load on the material, so if we it will get elongate or it may get compressed. So depending on the load. Now what will happen if we remove that load? What will happen? It will regain its original shape, and so that is the regaining of that original shape. After removal of that load, it is called as the elasticity. So this is a very important property of metal. So, so what is the elastic deformation? It is the deformation produced by metal which is fully recovered when the stress causing it is removed. That is, when we remove the load, it will regain its original. That is the elasticity of the metal. Now what is stiffness? Stiffness is the qualitative measure of elastic deformation produced in a metal. The stiff metal has high modulus of elasticity. So modulus of elasticity, or Young modulus, is the slope of the stress strain curve. Now we see what is the stress strain curve or load extension curve. So that is the elasticity and the stiffness. Now we see next type. See the ductility. So ductility is nothing but the ability of material to stretch or bend permanently without breaking. So it can be drawn into a small wire without breaking of that particular metal. That is nothing but the ductility. Now we see stress. So we see the next type of property is strength. It is nothing but this yield stress. Strength is the stress that has to be exceeded so that the material begins to deform plastically. So tensile stress is the maximum stress which a material can withstand without a breaking. So what is the strength? So how much that metal can be stressed, or we can say it can absorb the load without breaking. It is nothing but the strength of that metal. So how much load can be absorbed by that metal? So that it cannot break. That is nothing but the strength. Now we see in the next type. This is a very important property. This is a hardness. Now, hardness is the resistance of the metal. Now hardness is nothing but ability of metal to resist any kind of deformation. It may be penetration, it may be indentation, it may be scratching. So all the type of deformation then be resist by that metal. So metal has an ability to resist all the type of deformation. Now deformation is nothing but change in length, or when we are scratching some material on the surface of that metal. So it is nothing but the all types of deformation. So what is happen here, if the metal is having the property to resist all this type of deformation, that means the material is hard. So this is also a very important property. Then next point is the toughness. Now toughness is nothing but the ability of material. So toughness is very much different as compared to hardness. So what is toughness? Toughness is nothing but the ability of material to absorb the energy up to the fracture. So how much energy can be absorbed by that metal before its fracture? So that is nothing but the toughness of the material. Now we see next type. Again, the very important property is the fatigue. The fatigue failure. Now fatigue is nothing but it is the failure of the material which when we apply a fluctuating loads. That means when we are applying two types of load on a particular metal, that means we are compressing it also, and we are elongate we are applying tensile load also. So what is tensile load? When if you see that it is the metal piece of metal and we are applying a load, so the load is in this direction, that is equal and opposite in this direction. So this type of load is called as a tensile load, and when the load is in the same direction, then it is called as a compressive load. Now when we are applying continuously these two types of load on the particular metal, and due to that fluctuating loads, it may cause some failure to that metal, and that failure is called as a fatigue failure. Now we see next type is the creep. Now creep is nothing but the time dependent permanent deformation under constant load and a constant high temperature. So this is a creep. Creep is a time dependent permanent deformation under constant load and high at a high temperature. Now what is it? Creep. Now we can see if we take an example of a metal, or that is piece of metal, and this is a piece of metal, and we are applying a constant load to that metal. What will happen? There will be no change in the dimension. Now if the temperature around that is, it is having some high temperature around that assembly, high temperature. So if you keep this assembly for number of time, then there will be some changes in the uh, shape of that metal, or there will be some deformation, and that deformation is called as a creep. So these are the different types of uh, important properties, or these are the important properties of metal that are used to find out the different properties. Okay. Now what will happen here, we can see that if we see all these important properties that are used, or that is used to select the metal for a particular duty, or designing the different equipments or the instruments that are used in industries. So that is the use of these different properties of the metal. So thank you friends. Now if you have any problem, any questions, you can ask me by in the